I don't really worry about scheduling that much. I really don't. You put whoever's on the schedule, you go play them. Yeah. One of the athletic directors asked me about it, and I said, listen, our first year that we went to the Rose Bowl and broke a string of 31 straight years, we played 11 straight weeks, played Ohio State and Michigan back-to-back. We just went and played. You can't worry about schedules and determining how you're going to be. Just, our league's done try to work it out the best they can. When you have you're playing 9 conference games, it really limits you.
You also played in Tokyo.
Well, yeah, then we tacked that on.
That's right. Hey, I asked you this before. I mentioned this to you before. Scott Frost mentioning that Wisconsin is out Nebraska-ing Nebraska. When you hear something like that, what's your take?
You know what? I was trained in Nebraska. I idolized Bob Devaney and a lot of the things and principles and things that I believe in football I learned there. But I also learned some from Hayden Fry and also from Lou Holtz. But the walk-on program, there's no question. I said that as soon as I went there. We've emphasized it, much like Devaney and Coach Osborne did back in Nebraska. Style of play, we felt the only way we could win at Wisconsin was to be physical and beat people with our lines, particularly our offensive line. So, Nebraska did that. We never went to the offensive style of it or the option attack as they did back in those days. But as far as playing physical and trying to be tough up front, run the football, stop the run, field position, all those things are things that I learned. I did that in high school.
And I know that you remember Coach Frost when he was quarterback Frost as a player. What do you think he'll bring to Nebraska?
Well, I think, first of all, he'll bring trust. I think the people in Nebraska know him. They trust him. He understands Nebraska. He understands what they're all about. He's been there. He grew up with it. He did it at the highest level. So, the people in the state, the fans are sitting there looking. He's one of ours. It goes all the way back. I played with his father.
Oh, yeah?
Sure.
What kind of player was his father?
His dad was a good player. Could really run.
Was he quick as a hiccup like that linebacker I remember in Nebraska?
That linebacker, he was short, but he was slow.
Hey, I want to ask you one more thing. Hey, for years I remember talking to you, and the goal was always the Rose Bowl. Let's win the Big Ten in the Rose Bowl. Has that, not that you were going after national championships, but now it seems like that is a possibility, a distinct possibility with this team, your team. Do you adjust it, or has it always been the goal?
No, you know what? Things have changed now with CFP. Now you've got you want to win your league now, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go to the Rose Bowl. Back when we started, it was all about you win your league, you go to the Rose Bowl, and that was every kid in the Midwest wanted to play in the Rose Bowl. But things have changed now. You may win your league, you want to be in that Final Four, and not to look down your nose at the Rose Bowl, but you want to be in the mix.
You have a unique perspective on that committee. Since 2009, Alabama's won 5 national championships. They haven't had an undefeated season since 2009. Has Alabama, do they have a unique standing in college football? Above and beyond their league identification, above and beyond anything else, that Alabama is Alabama, and even if they lose a game, they're still Alabama. Does the committee look at Alabama and associate it with its
I don't
league,
think so. They're just a good team. They recruit very well. They're a good team, and they schedule strong teams. It's looked at objectively. I'm sure everybody has in the back of their mind they've been coached well. They've done it before, and subconsciously you may give them an edge. I don't know that. I know we looked at your analytics. You look at everything. You judge. You look at film, and then you make a decision.